Hey everyone, welcome back to the Anderson Bros Outdoors. I'm Jake, and today we have something a little uncommon for the channel. We've been doing this a little bit more as of late. As everyone has maybe seen in some of the shorts or other videos that I have, we do have an 8 scale track outside. And so I went ahead and I did a thing. We are proud owners of a Traxxas Maxx Slash. Hey everyone, welcome back. As I said, my name is Jake, and today we're going to open and bash this Maxx Slash from Traxxas. I don't have a whole lot of details on it. I'm not a guru in the department of all things basher. I'm trying to find a knife. I found a knife. Again, I'm not a basher. It does look like it comes in four colors. Comes in blue, red, green, and looks like a party color. I don't know what it is. It is supposed to be 6S capable. It does say 70 plus mile an hour on the box, but I believe that 70 plus mile an hour is not actually accurate right out of the box. You have to get different gearing, and it requires 6S and a bunch of other stuff. I can see how this would become a new class in any kind of racing because it seems like 8 scale is a lot more fun than 10 scale, and it's really a lot more popular. It's like the main event. There's supposed to be a lot of updates or changes to this. I don't really know what they are because it's not on the box. Who cares? Let's get it open and let's take it outside and let's beat on it. We have it open. A little different. We have some styrofoam. And the box is actually pretty small for how big the car is. And that's it. So this is everything right here. Bam. As you can see, we did choose to go with the green color to match the XRT. The body clips are really far in there. Well, that's cool. So it does have whoops. Does have the remote in there, so be careful. Mine just fell on the floor. For $700, you get the $30 Bluetooth piece. Thanks, Traxxas. We appreciate it. The body is actually really nice. It has a little frame inside of it. I'm trying to hold it without. It's got a little frame inside of it to keep it safe, if you will. There's pieces of plastic on the ends back here, I assume to try and keep it together. And then it's got some vents in the body. I'm guessing for when you're jumping, it's not air damming and like going all over the place. It's kind of a cool color. I do like the green. Like how it's mixed up. It's not just all green. It's got black and gray and other colors in it. Suspension actually feels pretty nice. What else did we get in the box? It looks like we got some tools, some stickers, a book, and then we've got a plug for the battery, which is what we are going to need. We're not going to run 6S right out of the gate. This plug here actually goes into the ESC, and you put it in one of the plug spots. So that way you're not running two batteries. It takes it from running series to parallel to series, one of them to the other. It does look like it has got a nice front bumper, a nice rear bumper. I will say these bumpers, I've broken them pretty easy. They're not very durable, so we'll see how long this one lasts. The suspension feels really good. Most four-wheel drive buggies or cars or trucks or whatever have 3 diffs. They've got a diff in the front. For the front, they've got a diff in the middle, and then they've got a diff in the rear. The diff in the middle is there to... These tires feel really hard. Sorry. So the diff in the middle is there to evenly distribute the drive force between the front and the rear. And if it's got a fluid-filled diff, it actually will do that better. And it's almost like having a gyro or whatever speed control in your truck. I don't know. It's interesting. I think the platform is based off of the Max. I don't know. I don't know for sure. The frame and everything kind of looks like the XRT, just a really shrunk down version. The Looking at it, everything is pretty much plastic on here. You're not getting anything metal. The axles are plastic, the A-arms are plastic, the hubs are plastic. I mean, there's not, for the price point, I would expect at least some metal hubs or something. The only thing metal that you're getting are the shocks. Those are at least metal. The caps are not metal though. The bodies are metal, the caps are plastic, and so are the adjusters. It is what it is. So when you buy a Traxxas product, I know a lot of people hate Traxxas or hate on Traxxas, and price is pretty high. I would say the reason that the price is high is because they have really good customer service. So I don't know if you've ever been in customer service or ever been trying to get customer service and it's been less than stellar, or the service you provide is less than stellar, or it's just really hard. So you can't make everyone happy. Things break, things are defective from the factory. For example, if this motor dies on me 5 minutes into the run, all I have to do is call Traxxas, tell them, hey, I just bought this from this location, I need a new motor, and 9 times out of 10 they're just going to send you a new motor. They're not going to ask any questions. This is potentially a $100 to $300 motor, and they're just going to send you a new one. That is the reason why Traxxas products are a little more expensive than the rest of them. It's because of that customer service that it is that good. Even if I didn't like Traxxas for whatever reason, customer service is the number one thing that brings people, or most of the time brings people to that product. Anyway, I'm not going to go over the technical specifications. Doesn't actually hit the table. Hit the table that time though, didn't it? We are gonna throw a 3S battery in this thing for starters and see what it can do. There are no batteries for anything, so you will have to supply your own batteries. Not that that's a deal breaker or anything. It is just an FYI. We have a 3S battery ready to go, and then a 4S battery ready to go, and then we'll try 6S, see how that works. Oh my gosh. This is only 3S too. All right, so we're on 4S now. Three S, I think, was almost perfect, honestly. We'll see what 4S is like. I am pretty impressed with this body. It has taken a lot of tumbles. It's done a lot of cartwheels. And as we're about to see, it gets pretty crazy. So this is 4S. And it is fast. It's very controllable. That was nice, huh? Woo! This track is perfect. Perfect today. Let's see if we can get some good jumps in. That was a pretty decent jump. That was definitely not a good jump. It's a lot of air. That was a good landing. I mean, out of the box, this thing is so much fun. This thing is an absolute blast. We've had fun with 4S. Let's go ahead and let's put in 6S. So one downside of this car is you can see there is a lot of bits that fall out of it every time you dump it over. Oh, we broke it. Broke it already. They must go this way. It's nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what everyone was waiting for. A moment of 4S. Hopefully we don't get it wrong. Oh, I lied. It's not 4S, it's 6S. Two 3S batteries. Body's actually holding up quite well to all of this abuse. You can see it's actually pretty amazing, honestly, because we have cartwheeled this thing more times than I can count, and it's still going. We'll come into this corner real hot like. And see what we can do. Holy smokes, that was real hot. Woof! Yeah, that thing has got some smoke to it. And you can feel that. Those are little pieces of dirt going everywhere. 6S is what you call redonkulous. Absolutely ridiculous. We're gonna do a speed run down this straightaway. Whoops, well that was fun. welcome back. So you saw the footage, you saw this awesome truck in motion. Let's go ahead and do the final review for all of you. There's a couple of things that I want to note in the closeout. The first thing is that I did state that it comes with the Traxxas link. I lied, it does not come in here. So just an FYI, if you do purchase the truck, you will not be getting the TQI module, the link, whatever. So you'll have to buy that separately. I don't know how much it costs. I'm not going to buy one. Just know that if you buy this truck and you want it, you will have to buy it. Now overall, the stock Traxxas electronics are actually pretty good. I'm not going to talk about those. So the first thing I want to talk about is this body. It has been really beat up. I mean, we've launched it, sent it, cartwheeled it, tumbled it, you name it, and this body has been exposed to it. It's been through 4 or 5 different drivers. It's seen several different elements, sand, dirt, rock, all of it. And it really came out looking pretty well. I'm very impressed with it. There are some minor blemishes here at the front where the shock tower did eat into this slightly, right here, and then there's areas where the tires have rubbed some of the paint away. It is what it is. I think overall the body's held up very well considering the abuse that I've put it through or it's gone through. The plastic tabs work good. It prevents the corners from getting broken initially. I think it's going to happen over time, but out of the box you should be able to go rip it for a while and not have these issues. One thing to note is I wasn't jumping this at the skate park, or I wasn't sending it very high. I think the max that it got in the air was maybe 10 feet or so, and when it landed, it always landed in dirt or on the sand, which is a very big difference between hard-packed dirt and concrete. So if you are going to send it, you'll very likely break it. The next thing I'll go over are the electronics. The electronics withstood everything that I threw at it. The radio receiver worked fine. The servo I never really had a problem with, which is actually surprising because the more I read about these, the more people are having servo fade and or failure and they have to replace them. I didn't have to do that. Fantastic for me. The ESC and the motor worked fine despite going through a lot of sand, so maybe at some point they will. The ESC might go out, the fan still works, I have no idea. I have had 4 3S batteries run through it, and I've had 10 4S packs run through it, and I've had 3 6S packs run through it with no issues. And that was full charge to dead, no longer being able to move. Overall, it did withstand everything. There are a couple of cons. The first con is I did break the rear bumper support here. It is broken in the middle and it's not going to get fixed. The next con is, as you can see, we're dumping sand. This truck likes to retain everything. So there are no wheel wells, or there's nothing in place to prevent debris from going into the truck, so I'd highly recommend getting a net to go over everything, because it will eliminate stuff going into the ESC or the motor and ruining it, mostly the ESC. Now the other issue is the battery area, so when you do go to replace batteries, you will have to clean it out really well in order to get the batteries in and out. Speaking of the battery area, that is another annoyance that I don't like that Traxxas did. We've got this snap into place battery tray thing. It is not fun. It sucks every time you go to replace the batteries or change the battery. It is a very big annoyance. I would much prefer the area with a piece of Velcro to hold the battery or batteries in place. This hard plastic strap thing needs to go. Outside of that, there's not much more that I can complain about. The tires did feel really hard initially, but I think that they have to be that way to hold up to 6S conditions. 3S, I would probably put a little softer compound on it because you're not going to be spinning them as fast, and it'll hold up and actually grip better. Out of the box though, they did work just fine. There's no issues. Overall, I didn't have any other parts to break. I didn't have to replace anything. I didn't have any issues. The suspension worked really well. I'm really very satisfied for this being what it is, a brand new truck, essentially. Now, I have done some reading. I did see that this is based off of the Max you know, it is what it is. I don't have the two to compare, but you know, I think that there are some pretty big differences between the two. In terms of the electronics, I'll swing back to one thing that I did miss. There is a multi-function assignment. Basically, it's the gyro. So I left the gyro exactly where it was out of the box. It worked the best there. I did turn it off, turn it all the way up, and everything in between. And how it came out of the box is how the truck handled the best. So overall, extremely happy with it. I haven't done anything to the truck besides run it and really beat it up pretty good. So, you know, for the only thing to be broken is the rear bumper. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I would anticipate buying a few bodies just to make sure that if you do break one, you have spares. This does have vents in the rear body, but that, as you saw at the dunes, that doesn't eliminate the parachuting effect. So it does parachute. It does fly really slowly in the air. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. That's short course truck material. That's short course 101. So, you know, overall, I'm not going to waste a bunch of your time. Is it worth the $700? I think so. It's a lot of fun. You know, I have the 8-scale track out back, and I have just as much fun with this as I do with that buggy up there. So, you know, in my mind, it's an easy decision. The only other really cool thing about it is it does actually have these body clips that hold the body in place on the, whatever these are, I would say supports for the body. So your body doesn't go flapping around all over the place. So outside of that, it's been a great truck. It's a really good runner. If you're on the fence about it and you want one, I would say do it. This truck has an approval from me. It is a lot of fun. Let me know your experience below in the comments. The sand aspect of the video was done at Winoka. It's in Oklahoma. They have a small sand dune area there. I was going to actually launch it off some of the big dunes and try and send it like 50, 60 feet on success. However, there wasn't a day where there was enough wind to blow all of the tracks away. The ruts were really deep, and there wasn't enough smooth area to send something like this off of. You know, the ruts are probably anywhere from 2 to 5 inches deep, and this would have just struggled trying to get through those and basically lost all momentum. So maybe next trip we'll get some better footage of it, but until next time, thanks for watching, and we hope you have a great day.